Hello, we're back. Hopefully you're all with me. Thank you so much for joining me this evening. I'm sorry, obviously we're having issues with connection, so I've put it back onto Wi-Fi, so hopefully everyone will start to kick in. Again, we're just talking about spiritual awakenings. So if you're wondering if you're having a spiritual awakening, you possibly are. So again, obviously it's been wonderful that obviously we started to talk about unhappiness and emptiness. So again, thank you so much for rejoining me. Thank you so much. Obviously, I can see everything's going up. So this is what was supposed to happen, because sometimes it's just the way that social media runs us. It's as simple as that, yeah? So again, thank you. So again, we just wait for everyone to kick back in. I'm just going to get a bit of water, okay? And then obviously we'll continue. Or we'll maybe start again, because obviously the things that so people may have missed are there. So again, thank you. So hello, thank you. You're all back and fantastic. Jobs are good, and it seems that the connection is so much better. So again, absolutely amazing. So I'm sorry, I'm just going to take some water on. Thank you for joining me in my room, obviously here with, obviously this is my sanctuary. So again, obviously I love it in here. So it's just amazing. So again, we'll just re-show the book, because that's the most important thing, isn't it? Okay. So again, something that please don't go off. Please don't go off. Just do this at the end of the live if you can. So this is a beautiful book. It's called The Spiritual Awakening Process. It's by the author Aletha Luna and Matteo Sol. And it really, I think we have covered this. I think we covered this when we was going through the beautiful, whatever you can call it, fucking beautiful, last year. Let's just call it beautiful last year, because even though I think. So again, we're gonna continue. Okay. So again, with unhappiness and emptiness, obviously the one thing is that when we're going from job to job to job, we may also find that when we're feeling lost and can't hold it down, that we're all over the place, and your perceptions is starting to be, it's starting to shift. Sadly, a lot of people go into what's known in this stage or possibly they go into what's known as a depressional state. And the one thing is obviously because there's so much that's gone on beforehand, and it's something that we haven't learned to deal with. Okay, thank you so much, Amanda, for those stars. Thank you. You're an absolute angel. Thank you. So again, the one thing is this depressional state gets us. I went into a depression, lived there for 20 years. So again, I know it's not easy, but the one thing is through jobs, going from job to job, holding it down, not able to, moving homes or partners or absolutely anything, we start to self-sabotage. Hi, Joanne K. Thank you so much. Absolutely amazing. Beautiful. Thank you. So again, we're not holding this thing down really well, are we? But the one thing is, when your perception changes, especially from childhood into, early 20s, we start to understand, or even a little bit later, our soul starts to manifest and spirits start to move us, okay? The universe starts to align with us, and obviously we're starting to be shifted. And the one thing is that when this is happening, we want to learn so much more, but yet we feel frustrated, or we feel constricted, okay? So if I think that's the word I'm looking for. Sometimes we do, don't we? We all look up at the stars, and when we're looking up at the stars, we have this sense, this longing to learn more. And that's the thing, isn't it? The one thing is, when we do that, we start to look up, but we're starting to understand about, we may start to look at things that start to intrigue us, whether it be astrology, whether it be the stars, whether it be the moon. Again, obviously, we've got a beautiful moon, the core moon that's coming the 20th of September. So again, don't forget to get your crystals out, get yourself out there, get your grounding, absolutely everything. But these are things that you get to learn as you start to move. Okay, Kath Pathmore, thank you so much. Absolutely. It does take, because sometimes we get so fucking stubborn, we don't want to, because we think this is it. Yeah. Thank you, Sharon Lynch. Thank you. Hello, Chloe. All right. Thank you so much. Joanne. Thank you, Selby, sure. Thank you so much. So we start to get fucking stuck, but also stubborn. Okay. So because we think that this is it, but at the same time, our soul is still feeling insulted, because that you've got something going on the earth plane. Yeah, we know we're on this earth plane. We're in this, like I say, your beautiful spirit is inside your vehicle, your body. And it's about how we deal with things, if that makes sense. But we always have the longing for for more and more. And this is where it starts to take shape, because the one thing is we start to seek the answers, don't we? We want to know more. We want to know more. We want to know why other people are feeling so enlightened, feeling so positive, and yet we're living this, no disrespect, some people will feel like a humdrum life, that they're just nothing's happening. And the one thing is, we're yearning for something so much more. And again, like you say, people see lives like this or other people's, obviously, do you know what I mean? And people are reading books, or we start to connect because people are talking about crystals. Absolutely. But you are always being shifted. Your perception is always being shifted. Now, the one thing is that sadly, sometimes with everything that goes on with the overload, we start to seek answers, but also with these answers, we may enter what's known as the dark night of the soul. Now, the dark night of the soul for me resonates obviously with depression, okay? Because obviously I was contained, I was taking pills, I was self-sabotaging, I hated myself, I hated my fucking life, I hated fucking everyone, to be honest. Sorry for the swearing, I'll try and curb it as much as I can, but hey, spiritual badass, there you go. So the one thing is, when you start to, not enjoy it, is when the dark night of the soul starts to take shape. And then obviously when this starts to take shape, again, self-imploding, self-loathing, self-hating, absolutely everything. We don't even like the body that we're in. We're not even liking the people around us that are with us. And it's kind of like trying to understand what's going on, okay? So the one thing is that when we start to work through this and we start to get the meaning or things again, spirit and the universe start to shift you again. And sometimes we stick our feet in and obviously we get a bit stubborn, but sometimes we go, okay, I'm going to watch, I'm going to start to learn, I'm going to start to listen. And this is where everyone starts to ask this question. Not everyone goes through depression, may I just add, through the dark night of the soul. I'm just saying, some people just awaken beautifully and naturally. Again, but the one thing is, the signs are always with us. The signs are always there. Now, the one thing is, obviously, when we're working on the groups or we're working on the page, that obviously everyone sees that I post things about angels, angelic numbers, and so much more. And yeah, it's kind of funny sometimes, but again, there's other people putting on there about robins. So again, obviously, people are starting to see, birds as inspiration. They think that they're family members, and they are. Do you know what I mean? So, but it's a belief system that, the mum or dad or nan or gran are coming to see us. We find feathers and the spiritual awakening stages where we're kind of like in that bliss stage, okay, where we're starting to find feathers. How many, obviously you can answer, but please do. How many of you find feathers in unusual places, where inside the house, inside a room, inside your car? How many people find feathers? Just comment for me. Let's just see how many people see feathers. I'm really interested to know this. Obviously, it's going to take a little bit of time, but I'm really interested. Again, let's see. Yoga feathers everywhere. Thank you so much. Anyone else? Carol, there you go. I do. Anyone else? Yeah? Anyone else that sees feathers? Okay. Heather Hornby, thank you so much. Yeah? Scene 4 this week, 2 outside, 2 inside. Okay, fantastic. Thank you, Kate. Means a lot also. Tanya Wild, thank you so much as well. You as well. Yeah, I do, but generally outside. So again, outside. Me, and at the point I've asked angels to ask their presence known to me. Christine Nightingale, thank you so much. Again, Ruby, all the time, especially if I'm in a bad place and need a sign. Absolutely fantastic. All on my land though. It doesn't matter where you find them. It's the one thing is that everyone now is... So let me ask this question. Obviously, why you don't used to, now the kids just get them. It's perfectly fine, Alicia. So again, did you decide just to wake up? Was it kind of like, I need to ask this question in the right way. I'm sorry, it may come across, but let me explain for me. One day, I just realised that there was something so much more. And the one thing is, I felt alone when I was waking up. Okay, so I was kind of like waking up. And I started to see all these synchronicities and the angel numbers, deja vu, everything like that. But I thought I was alone. Did you think that you was alone? And when you start to do your research, you start to realise that there was millions and millions of people that have gone through these stages and you didn't even realise. So the one thing is, people say it's a crazy time. But the one thing is that everyone's going through it, are they not? Everyone's going through it. Yeah? So again, obviously with that, how many people are starting to take notice of angel numbers? Okay, so that will either be 333, 911, 444, 555, all the sevens, 1111, 2222, 2020. Everyone, I mean, and how many times do you see this daily? Okay. So answer me this if you can for me, please. Just obviously give me an answer. How many of you see angelic numbers or angel number? 1919. Thank you so much, Tanya. It means a lot. Thank you so much. So again, we start, yes, some days you can't escape them. Absolutely. Yep, absolutely. So again, so many people that are saying, I'll be honest, it was when I thought it was depression at the time, but now I realise I wasn't. It was just what I had to do. Absolutely, Alicia. I see angel numbers all the time. Kate Beasley. Again, Kate Louise, thank you so much. Tanya, daily, absolutely. And the one thing is this why when we post them, and obviously we let people know, 1515, you see there's so many numbers. And the one thing is you may see them repeatedly. Okay, I do. Thank you, Sharon, Kate Beasley, 0707, 1919. Again, so many numbers that are coming through. But the one thing is that you're taking notice of them because they're part of your journey. And your angelics, guides, and angels are actually asking you. And the one thing is you will go onto like Google and you'll Google the number, I shit you not, right? Okay. So the one thing I felt like I seemed to be drawn to people who could help. So one was a medium, someone else was a hypnotherapist. Perfect. So the one thing is obviously when we're staying like 2222, 1111, 2020 are what's known as master numbers. Okay. So these are ones that again, you should take notice of all numbers, but the master numbers are absolutely massive, okay? Because there's the ones where you're being shifted, where your awareness is starting to happen. And the one that you start to see it all the time, and he's like, okay, this. So 1111, spiritual awakening, take notice of the numbers. You're aligning, absolutely, so many amazing words, abundantly. And that's the most amazing thing, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? With it all, we start to Google everything. You know, I've seen them so much in learning the meanings without looking them up. And that's it. The one thing is sometimes you don't have to look at the meanings. It's just knowing that things are happening and that, you know, that you are evolving, that your spirit is not being insulted anymore. Listen, it's kind of like that. I'm not ashamed to say that I'm a spirit having the human experience, okay? Just like you guys. But the one thing is about putting yourself out there. Yeah, because the one thing is that, you know, when this body's finished with, you know, I'm gonna be moving on. It's simple as that. Hopefully, I found my purpose. So I might get one wing, or I might come back as a guide. I don't know, but that's my belief system, and that's what it's all about. But there's millions and millions of people out there that are having these perception shifts. These people here that are experiencing the breakthroughs. You guys especially, because you're seeing everything that's going on. So when we see the synchronicities, when we see the angel numbers, we're kind of like what's known as the bliss stage, okay, where everything is really, really nice. The feathers have come in, yeah, absolutely. We've got all the feathers. We're seeing the beautiful robins and obviously all birds, and we're thinking, right, okay, this has got to be something paranormal. Yeah, a lot of people go to that mindset, don't they? This has got to be paranormal. How many times have you heard your name being shouted or said when there's no one else in the house? Go. Don't feel ashamed about obviously with answering, but I'd love to see someone to discover my past lives. Christina Nightingale, I've got someone who is just about to come back into past life regression. She's amazing. She's absolutely amazing. She took me through my past life regressions, so I can guarantee that I can get her to help you. She's just going through a little bit of a thing, but in the next couple of weeks, she is going to get back in touch and she's going to start to do it. I have a list, I shit you not, as long as my arm for this lady, because when she took me through my past lives and I started to realise who I was and what I'd gone through in my past life, and during obviously, you know, from birth all the way, I kind of understood why I was here, but it took that to get me to where I was. It was a massive, massive breakthrough for me. And again, when we're seeking those breakthroughs, that's what helps. So again, so many people, yeah, absolutely. So No, but I do see shadows or feel someone in the room, but there is no one in the room. The one thing is, Kate, is we have a beautiful, obviously within spirit, we have what's known as the shadow people. And shadow people are in essence kind of like your guides, okay? We do shadow work, I get it, but also we have shadow people. And what they do is we will see them in the peripheral of our eye, around a corner, things like that. And all they're doing is they're coming to keep an eye on you. If anyone tells you this is dark, in my belief, because this is the way that they made me feel, if anyone, says, oh, this is evil and it's demonic and all that, then sometimes it's just I'd take it with a pinch of salt, because I've worked with so many shadow people, and again, personally myself, evolving, and they've never done me any harm, but they've always watched, okay, and moved me through, again, all the perception shifts. So again, absolutely, if you want to do that, like I said, I'll get a list off you sometime, and I'll whack it over to it. I feel like I'm needing to know something from a spirit. Okay, the one thing is I'm not here to, if you need to do that, Hayley, then the one thing is obviously it's about meditation, because tonight, even though my vibe's quite high, and obviously the spirit is stepping in and out, because obviously they keep moving me, because this is what, I sat there in a meditation, I'd watched everything going on, and they said to me, go and do a live. And I'm like, right, okay. And many people will join again, because that's what we've manifested. This is what we're asking. So again, I'm not going to give messages tonight. I'm really, really sorry, because I really want to talk about, so many people are struggling with, again, the perception of a spiritual awakening. This is what I want to do. Okay. So again, we'll do card readings if we get any messages another night, but unfortunately, I'm sorry. I'm not going to do that tonight. I'm so sorry. So again, the one thing is that when we're learning all this, sometimes when we start to work on ourselves, we do that deep inner work, okay? So people start to get drawn now into things like crystals, they start to get drawn into healing, or angel cards, or mind, body and spirit, Buddhism, chakras, so many different things that everyone starts to understand what's going on. So many beautiful healers out there I know that are online with me. Thank you so much. Thank you for obviously your amazing backing on this. So again, when we feel alone, we start to feel alone when people are not on our path. How many people right now during this phase of feeling like they're just so alone, like no one gets them? And obviously, just anyone? Is there anyone out there just feeling them? Again, Joanne Selby, that's perfect, that's fine. We've got Heather on board as well. But again, I know you want to know about more crystals. But again, it's about finding the right connection. Spirit will shift you into a position and also make a connection with you. I have difficulty with letting the spirit feel at home mentally. So I have difficulty with letting the spirit feel at home mentally. I don't know if you can elaborate on that, Steve. I'd love that, because obviously it's kind of like we're letting the spirit feel at home. Whether you've got a spirit in the home, I don't know. So again, I feel so alone on my journey. I'm so glad to have you. Thank you so much, Yoka. But the one thing is that, let me explain. When you spiritually awaken, and obviously you start to be like the black sheep of the family, the weirdo, and the one thing is everyone or your family start to go, oh, he or she might be having a midlife crisis, yeah? So the one thing is that we're not having a midlife crisis, but again, I'm just going to go back. One, I'm not crazy. And two, the one thing is my soul, is being insulted. This year I've met some amazing people from guiding me through this journey. Brilliant, Kate. Absolutely brilliant. Hello, Gary and the tribe. How are you all? Love to see you. Thank you again, Lorraine, for jumping on. So, okay. Just going back. So again, feeling alone. How many people? Right. Okay. Sorry. I've just been drawn off there. I'm sorry. I'm just going to go back to it. So personally, obviously, my beautiful wife and my kids think, I'll get back to you in a bit, Steve. So my beautiful kids and my wife kind of like know what I do, and they accept it. Okay. But there's other parts of my family that kind of like don't. Okay. They kind of like know what I do, but they kind of like, if they want to talk to me, they don't want to talk to me about spiritual stuff. And that kind of upsets me, because that means that they're asking me to be two people, if that makes sense. And I don't want to be two people. I want to talk to people. I want to have deep, meaning conversations with people. I had one, I tell you what, Alicia was on the other day, up at ours the other day. and we were talking, and time just flew because we were talking about absolutely everything, really, really positive. But again, you can't do that with people that don't believe, okay? And I completely understand that, and I'm not going to judge anyone. I love my family, but again, this is my journey. I was born, obviously, to make a difference, to help positivity in the world, help to people heal, and that's, finally we all got shifted, yeah? So again, it's just a case of, yeah, it scares most of my family, so I keep things to myself. Again, that's the thing, isn't it, Hayley? What you feel or what you see or what you hear, yeah? And the one thing is with all that, other people think you're weird and all that, but it's not, it's perfectly natural, yeah? Don't be upset about it. People can shut you down when it's a subject that they don't understand. Completely understand, Christina. So again, that's perfectly fine. Don't feel upset about it. I'm not upset because the one thing is that I love my family. Do you know what I mean? And yeah, I want to talk to them about it because it's excited and I feel excited. But it's just one of those things. There's nothing, I can't change it. But, the one thing is they know that I work with spirit. They know, obviously, that I get guides coming through. They know that I get the things coming, the messages, but they just don't want it. And that's really sad sometimes. So it doesn't think. So again, it doesn't save me, though. Hang on, sorry, Hayley, you were just going through there. So it scares me, most of my family say, absolutely. So again, well, it's just one of those things, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? People are just feeling so alone. So we start to feel alone on the path, because people are not on there. So we start to make connection, don't we? So again, tonight, we're making a beautiful connection with you all. You're all on here tonight, obviously wanting to win because obviously you knew it was going to go and it's intrigued you. So your spirit has gone, let's watch this, because the one thing is that we your spirit, your soul, the energy, your energies, your life force is interested because it wants to know. It wants you to wake up. It wants you to do more. It wants you to let go of the past. It wants you to let go and do deeper inner work, your shadow work. It wants to do something. It wants to start a blank canvas, in essence. But the only thing is sometimes we won't give in because of what we do on this earth plane. Again, sometimes we feel like saying at the beginning where it's a job, getting married, relationships or whatever, and then it's just a case of people may start to panic and go into what's known as like say a midlife or the crisis, and especially with depression, okay? So again, when we start to work with the deeper inner work, we start to work with that blank canvas, okay? But the one thing is that while I'm just, sorry Ashley, my in-laws and husband are very religious, and for them, they don't accept anything else and want me to believe in God. Okay, hang on a minute, because they feel it will save me. But I've been drawn more into the power of the universe, but they don't understand, so I can't share it with them. That's quite powerful, actually, Ashley, and I completely understand that. The one thing is obviously when we started, I think we also did a live on the Indigo Child. And the one thing is that, like I say, it's respecting everyone's opinions, okay? Because everyone has a belief system. And again, the one thing is everyone starts to get drawn to free will, to the universe, that we're not actually praying to a particular, God. Personally, I'm spiritual but not religious. And again, but that doesn't mean that I'm disrespecting anyone else's belief. And I completely understand that. And that's where we start to feel that divide, don't we? Because people are starting like, well, you should, because through conditioning, this is what you should believe in. Because if you believe in, they will save you. But the one thing is, obviously, we start to break away. We start to be non-conform is what I'm looking for. We don't conform to other people's. We want our own feelings. We want our own say and our own belief systems. Yeah. So again, and I'm really, really sorry, obviously there, but please keep on path. I understand what's possibly going on, and it must be really, really difficult. But if you stand in your own power, then the one thing is, and then keep your belief system. Then the one thing is that it's all about keeping you going forward. It's absolutely massive. And again, I'm not going to disrespect absolutely, the other religious systems. I can't do that because that's not me. Okay, I fucked up in the past that much. I've no right to judge anyone else. But even though I was born Church of England and obviously God and everything like that, something said there was something so much more. I'm always thankful. We always use it in our vocabulary, don't we, of, oh, fucking God. Oh, God. Oh, God. But again, the one thing is, again, but in essence, you are your own God, because you are your own energy. So, you know, it's a bit of a weird one to think, but that's what I'm saying. I'm glad, obviously, it's not scaring you, Hayley. Okay, I mostly keep to myself, but like to the thought provoke. I'm learning to share more, though, as the odd family member have really surprised me. And that's the thing, isn't it? People start to get drawn to you, yeah? Because the one thing is, you've stepped out your comfort zone, you've took your leap of faith. And the one thing is, because you're believing, other people are like, oh, what's that about? Yeah, hi Simone, Victoria Monks, thank you. So again, yeah, people do. These people start to get drawn to, but everyone is a different kind of energy. Everyone is on a frequency. Everyone is awakening at different times. Now, there are some people that have only awakened this year or last year, and then are seeking the answers. So again, everyone starts to go back into a different, obviously, timeline. Whether it's, I don't know, I don't like to put things on levels, but let's say it was stage 1 to stage 7. A lot of people, you'll notice that people are at stage 1. Do you know what I mean? Some people are at stage 3. But the one thing is, no one is better than anyone else. Hi, Heather, thank you so much. Just remember that. No one is better than anyone else. Relinquish your ego, okay? Because the one thing is if someone is at a certain stage and they're going through it, then this is what we do. And again, we're what's known as light workers. So the light workers will actually go in and help them and guide them and assist them. And just like a spirit guide would when they come to you, okay? When they start to step into your energy, it's all about helping, guiding, assisting. I read a lot about Wiccan. This ties into spirituality and worship in nature. Absolutely, and that's a great thing. It doesn't matter what your belief system, we all get to the same outcome. It's as simple as that. But the only thing I know is that, sadly, it sounds quite harsh, but at the end of the day, all you get for a prize when you die is a gravestone. Okay, so the one thing is about embracing this journey, taking hold of what you've got, take your own belief system, yeah. And the one thing is, when you go, off you go back to spirit, maybe reincarnation back, because if you've not learned, then obviously everything's a learning curve, because every door is an opportunity, yeah? The one thing is about taking that leap of faith. So the one thing is, when we do this deeper inner work, when we're helping, it's like a blank canvas, like I said. And the one thing is, we start to, when our perception again shifts, we start to help ourselves feel more connected, okay? So when we start to make ourselves more connected, have you noticed how much you start to go out as much? When you start to go into nature, you start to understand, obviously start to feel more compassionate, more empathy and sympathy. We also start to be, again, working with more nature. And then obviously a lot of people go and start to work, eat plant-based, okay? So again, a lot of people go into veganism. That's perfectly fine. That's what they want to do. I absolutely respect that. It's something like that, something that I'm gradually stepping into. But again, I only really awoken 11 years ago, okay? But with spirit, but there's certain things that I needed to do. But obviously, I need to make sure that I look after this vehicle before I fuck off. sorry. But again, it's, you know, so many people will start to, when they're doing this deep inner work, will start to notice the dreams more. How many people right now, just again, ready to answer, how many people right now are journaling their dreams? I'm sure we're going to get quite a lot of responses here. I recently embraced my gift a lot more over the past few months. I've now met my spirit guide, and I've learnt, especially about my home. But I'm sorry, so the thing is there. I still have to learn about notice, love nature especially. Absolutely. Thank you, Simone. Absolutely brilliant. The thing is, I do believe in God and I believe in everything. I believe in prayer, and also I'm into my angels. I'm into my angels, my learning, Reiki healing, and love nature and animals. Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. Everyone has a belief system. We can't disrespect anyone for what they believe. It helps you move forward. So that's a great thing. I believe in angels. I absolutely love Archangel Michael, Archangel Raphael, Archangel Sandalphon, Archangel Uriel, Archangel Gabriel. And Zadkiel, absolutely. I work with angels and guides. That's what I do. But again, obviously within, the church down the road has got all angels in the window. I love it. Everyone has a belief system, but I choose my free will. And the way that I do that is for connection is I meditate, because obviously we start to get into a little bit of Buddhism, yeah? I journal the striking ones. Perfect, when I can remember them. Dreams. I've gone chaotic the last 4 nights. I journal my dreams. Thanks, Jenny. Thank you. I don't because they are so weird, but maybe I should. So the one thing is, you never dream. Okay, it's perfectly fine, Susie. The one thing is that obviously if we are not dreaming, then we need to ask why we're not dreaming. What's blocking us? What's stopping the connection? When we dream, sometimes there are different types of dreams, obviously. And with those, sorry, I'm just putting my bottle of water down. And I just hope it doesn't fall over because the bottle's open. I have a drawing of Archangel Gabriel in my bedroom for protection. Beautiful. So the one thing is, again, when we're starting to write these down, when we're journaling, the dreams start to happen, and sometimes it can be a fucking nightmare. They can be so terrible. But the one thing is that sometimes, for me, the ones that you can't remember, Christine, are possibly the ones where you are sensing there's certain things going around in your mind, around your personal life, and then obviously within your personal life, things are playing on your mind. So again, you can get the ones that are quite vivid. So again, but also you can get to these dreams are where there's a message in them. There's 3 different stages of sleep. You've got rapid eye movement, you've got dream state, and you've got astral. The one thing is how a lot of people will say to me, the other night I was dreaming that I was with my mum, but my mum's dead, and she was giving me all this talk. And the one thing is, it felt so real. And the one thing is that it is, because the one thing is, when you allow to separate from your physical with your spiritual and dream and go to such a deep, deep conscious state that you release yourself from your body. It sounds fucking weird, I completely understand, but when you go to astral traveling, you can meet people, you know what I mean? And when you're doing that, you get messages. This is how it all works. As weird as it fucking sounds, this is what we do, because we are more than, or you are more than you know. But sometimes people won't believe that the things are the gifts, the psychic gifts, the intuitive gifts, everything with the clairvoyance, clairsentient, clairaudient, claircognizant. There's so many, do you know what I mean? Because we're just like, we just don't understand ourselves sometimes. The human brain only has a capacity to use for 5 to 7%, if I remember rightly. But the one thing is that there's so much more, because they open you up. It's absolutely fucking phenomenal, because you get to hear the voices, you get to think, and that's, again, you start to go a little bit fucking crazy, because you're thinking, I'm hearing voices and they think I'm going to put me away. But again, this is about working with your beautiful psychic gifts and controlling those and controlling the voices. Again, when we spoke before about when you're hearing your name being shouted in your house or in a room when you're alone, and this is your spirit guide or a beautiful loved one that are actually talking to you or saying it, getting your attention. Again, when we start to, how many people have had the telly switched on and off? How many people have had the lights flickering? How many times has someone knocked on the door and you've gone there and there's no one there? Again, door of opportunity. How many people have the keys missing? Yeah, the keys have been moved and you found them. The angelic realm, the spirit realm is absolutely massive, yeah? So again, it's all about understanding who you are, what you are, yeah? I'm not here to preach to you. You have free will of what I'm saying. You can listen to it, or you can think that guy's chatting a load of bollocks, and that's perfectly fine. But the one thing is with it all is you really are absolutely fucking amazing. The everything you've just got to learn to heal it all, let go, move forward. Easier said than done, I completely understand it, but the one thing is so much holds us back from allowing ourselves to enlightenment and moving forward. I'm not trying to build a fucking cult here or anything like that, because I'm in the phone. It's as simple as that, yeah? It's, again, I just want to give you awareness, that's all it is. I've had my light flickering in the kitchen just now and again. Perfect, absolutely, but the one thing is then, and it stops, then when a spirit steps in and obviously doing that, they're making you aware of that they're around you, yeah? Gary, why do I keep finding caterpillars? Again, the one thing is, symbolic, it's amazing, okay? So I'm just going to try and hold that for you, Monique. So the one thing is, if you think about symbolic of a caterpillar, right? So a caterpillar, obviously, what's it turn into? Okay, it turns into a butterfly. So the one thing is, if you keep finding symbolically, they're showing you that you are cocoon, that you are holding yourself in. And the one thing, what they want you to do is evolve, fly, be the butterfly, spread your wings, sweetheart. But the one thing is, in your spiritual awakenings, which is absolutely perfect, it's time to let go. It's time to take hold and let go. Don't worry about the fear. Don't worry about the judgment. Let them go. They're not your people. Yeah. But this is massive. This is absolutely massive. So thank you so much for using that. Again, I've heard my name being called now and shot awake a few times. Again, just even by the side of your bed, you wake up and you're like, what was that? Do you know what I mean? But again, spirit stepping in. You're at the stage where you are very deeply relaxed. Okay. So you're so deeply relaxed that obviously they're able to step into your aura field, into your energies also, and just use your energy just to make that connection. Clairaudient, just remember that. Yeah, okay, perfect. I got 11 on my TikTok video. Perfect, absolutely. So again, master numbers, yeah. I know, fucking honestly, Jenny. Listen, I'm sorry, but the reason why I mentioned that, because obviously it's been mentioned before that I'm trying to build a fucking cult, and I'm like, what the fuck? I'm not being funny. I can't people. I'm sorry. So I would do that, I don't know. But it's a bit of a joke, but there you go. It came back to me and I just need to release that now, so thank you. My Alexa woke me exactly 1 hour earlier than normal last week. Don't know why. I told her to switch off, but it was very odd. Again, spirit working with electrical items, yeah? TV's on, TV's off. Radio up loud, radio off. Computer on, computer. Again, spirit will always work. Again, the other week, our bin, we've got one of those bins with a battery in it, obviously, when you go over the sensor. But the one thing is the bin was opening, closing. And then obviously when I said to it, you need to close, I did a film on it. I actually filmed it and posted it on the group. And the one thing is that, you know what I mean, when I told to shut down, it's shut down. It's simple as that. But they still do it because they're trying to get awareness. Why? Symbolically, because of a bin, is dump your fucking rubbish. Let go of what's there. Yeah? Emotionally, mentally, physically, let it go. Yeah? Dump your rubbish. Yeah? You don't need it anymore. You can move forward. It's as simple as that. Yeah? Perfect. Okay. My lamp turning itself off has been checked and it's not faulty. But again, we always look, don't we? The human side of us will always go and look for, we're looking for the reasoning instead of accepting that there's something happening and we're just not taking that notice of it. So again, the other week I watched a butterfly die in the bathroom, and then later a little girl put a caterpillar in my hand. Again, you see, that's the one thing. So sometimes what happens when we're being insulted, especially like that, if I'm getting the gist of this, again, obviously the butterflies died. Symbolically, this could be you, because again, you're moving stages, you're evolving. So again, you're then putting that caterpillar back in your hand. And again, this is symbolically for you. Again, so it resonates that this is what you need to do. So go back in, do your inner work, do your shadow work, get everything in, because again, you're going to evolve. So many people go into what's known as a void. Okay, sorry, I'm just going to read some of these comments. Thank you, Gary. It ties in with my Archangel Animal Angel Guides. I keep getting a butterfly as my future. Perfect. Is that a good sign for my business? I'm sorry, Kate, what was your question? I'm sorry. Just got it on TikTok. But again, if that's what you're aiming abundantly for, if that's what you're working towards, then yes, it's a sign. Okay. I've heard a female voice next to me in bed saying, help me, asking me for help. So again, the one thing is obviously we can start to help and move spirit back into the light. There are earthbound spirits and ones obviously that are asking for help, but also this could be your inner voice that said this. Yeah. I heard a female voice, again, Simone, that it's possibly you deep inside consciously that's saying, I need fucking help. Yeah, I need help. So again, take notice of that. Sometimes it's spirit, sometimes it's our own selves crying. It's what's known as the inner child. And when we start to work with that beautiful inner child of ours, we start to understand that we forget on this journey about the fun and the laughter and the giddiness and the play. That's one of the things that we forget. So again, maybe she's just talking to you that she wants you to do this. Just saying. Kathy Wright, thank you so much. I'm so pleased that you're on tonight. Thank you. I'm sure I've seen images of myself healing, but I'm not sure if it was imagining it. Again, you're looking for reasoning, yeah? Instead of accepting, you're looking for reasoning. Okay. Anything else? Okay, I saw that was amazing. Again, right, okay. I dreamt I was forced on a train journey. I couldn't get off. So again, think about it. Train, track, okay? So we're looking at a track, aren't we? Are you on the right track? Are you on the right train? It's as simple as that. Are you on path? Is what this, what they're saying. So again, when we're drawing, I was forced on a train. So again, sometimes we've had this, I'm sure we've had this conversation, and I don't really want to go into it because it was quite confidential, but I think you get symbolically, again, it's a case of, you know what you should be doing, you know where you should be going, it's time to take notice. Yeah, it's okay, Kate, I think I've got that one for you. When I'm doing my self-healing, I'm seeing faces, images, I don't know if I'm imagining it or it happens now and again. Again, the one thing is the third eye starts to kick in, doesn't it? So the one thing is that a lot of people on a spiritual awakening journey, again, the symptom is we close our eyes, we start to see colour, then the next minute on our third eye, next minute you've got eyes, noses, lips, you've got symbolic, you've got everything coming towards you. So again, this is spirit making their connection, creating a frequency, starting to bring in through the crown chakra, because again, when we're born, this is where we enter, and when we die, this is where we leave. It's as simple as that. That's the escape of it. But again, it happens now and again, but it really is, all the eyes, the faces, absolutely everything. Went through it myself, and then obviously when you learn to steady it all down, and then obviously you only get the odd face now and again, it just depends. But then obviously when you're working through your aura field and into your energies, that's where you start to discipline and you start to feel those energies coming in. Okay, anything else? Thank you, Gary. Since I heard the voice, I have seen a lady stood in my doorway in my bedroom crying. She wanted help to find her child. She lost and blames herself for it. I told her that her child is waiting for her in the light, and she then left so perfect. So obviously now you've elaborated on that, because obviously what you've given me, obviously because I'm not channeling at the moment. So again, it's just a case of, if you've seen a spirit in the doorway and she's asking and you've asked her, then obviously absolutely amazing, Simone. Then again, sending her to the light. But also don't forget to smudge your room again also, and make sure you seal the door up as well. As simple as that. So again, after that, when you said frequency, the picture went weird. Perfect, absolutely brilliant, because that's what we are. We are energies, we are frequencies, we are vibration. That's what it's all about, your personal physical vibration. How many times when you feel that you've done something right, or you're thinking about someone, do you get a shudder down your back? Come on, there's got to be so many. How many people have felt that when you feel that coldness around you, or that shudder that goes right down your back, and you think, oh, someone's just stood over my fucking grave? Yeah, come on. How many people have done this? It's paramount, but this is your own personal energy field. This is spirit stepping in, yeah? Thank you, Julie. Thank you. It was a beautiful comment, very positive comment. Thank you so much. I saw that too. That's perfectly fine. And I'm happy about that, because the one thing is spirit all around me in this room. And that's a great thing about it. But you start asking him to move stuff and things like that. It's a bit of a play thing. But if they want to move things, that's perfectly fine. Just don't knock me bottle of fucking water over. It's great. It really is. And again, but that's what I mean sometimes. So the one thing is, when we learn to do our shadow work, it's about releasing ourselves from the ego, okay? Never seen one, but I feel mum around. She's passed away last May and still lives in her house. So again, awareness, thank you. So again, obviously I always burn sage in all areas of my home, even doorways and corners. The video keeps saying it's paused due to it being interrupted. Again, so sorry about that. But again, spirit's starting to step in and create all this, because sometimes I keep being told to shut up. Yes, that's true. My right ear still buzzing. It went definitely higher frequency. Your live keeps going off, Gary, on me. I'm so sorry. I feel so you feel cold and hot. So again, think about obviously your energies. Think about obviously the heat and the cold, about what needs healing, what doesn't. I've actually got a spirit right at the back of me at this moment, because it stood right at and I mean, I can feel it. But again, I'm trying to do with this, I'm asking you to step back, please, because obviously I'm trying to do this. Energies are visible around me. Absolutely, yeah, absolutely. Energies are visible around you. Absolutely. I think Spirit is playing with your signal. I think they absolutely are. But I think, can you please step back? Thank you. So the one thing, yes, you use sage and incense sticks. Always feels nice afterwards. It's perfect in it because we've got, we can use everything. We can light the candles. We can meditate and obviously use all the glorious things we've got with the crystals and everything like that and the sage. So it's absolutely fantastic. So we all go hot and cold, but that's your personal energy field. And that's the most amazing thing, as you are, in essence, awakening. So again, we start to, we start to work with all these beautiful, I launched my page day after the train dream. Amazing. Thank you, Heather. Thank you so much. So again, just an acknowledgement. Thank you so much in that. So again, blank canvas, feeling more connected to nature, plants, animals, learning how to do shadow work, start to journal, start to connect with spiritual practices like Buddhism, obviously meditation, crystals, healing, and everything like it. So again, everyone's on a journey doing, but just always remember that just because you're at a certain place, other people are awakening. So you may have more, I don't like to say advanced because that's quite ego. But again, you're in a better place. So again, it's always about helping others and understanding, but this is what we do when we make a connection, and my throat is absolutely fucking burning. Does anyone have any questions, by the way? I'm sorry, because I seem to be doing a lot of talking, and obviously if there's any questions that you think, but again, not spirit based as in with messages and stuff like that, because I'm not doing that tonight. Again, we will do one next week with the cards, but tonight I just want to get that. And thank you so much for the stars as well. I believe someone gave me stars. I don't know if it was, I think it was Sharon Lynch. Wow, thank you again, synchronicity. Thank you so much, Heather. That's absolutely beautiful. Thank you for those stars as well. Thank you. It just means a lot. It's just very nice, obviously, to help you to understand. I do struggle with meditation, too anxious and can't switch off. Okay, sorry. Okay. Thank you, Jennifer. I absolutely love doing this tonight as well. So struggling with meditation. So how many people try to do a meditation and fail? In fact, you don't fail because if you try, you never fail, okay? So how many people try meditation, okay? I started burning incense and it's great for calming and purification. Anyway, absolutely, it helps meditate. Perfect, Simone. That's brilliant, isn't it? Yeah, I do the same. Absolutely do the same. With a meditation, obviously getting everything right. Again, when you fall asleep. So again, right, okay. So when you're meditating, a lot of people will struggle. And that's quite of a blocking word. And that's the one thing that we don't. And it's something that, something I really enjoy. But again, a lot of people will. It takes time to switch off. It does. Because the internal chatter inside, everything that's going on starts to attack you. Because the one thing is when you start to try and make a difference or make a change, the subconscious brain says, no, we don't do that. And you start to put it in a bit of a fight or flight. So it starts to throw everything at you, and all you want to do is learn to calm. Yeah, I do meditation. I always feel my spirit guide holding my hand during it, helping me. Brilliant. Thank you so much. Yeah, absolutely. People do. So the one thing is, obviously, when I've worked, I've been to Body Centres, and obviously I was a top tip for you. It really is. Don't go in dry. Don't put that YouTube video on and try and doing it. I have never meditated. Would love to learn how to. Okay, Dawn, I can help you with that. I can help with a lot of people, and obviously there. Thank you, Jenny. Thank you so much for those stars. So again, meditation is, and I think something that obviously the best advice that I was given, yeah. You have to shush to your brain. Absolutely. I have lost you. Oh no, she's gone. I am back here. Okay. So the one thing is this. It's all about trying. Now, everyone thinks that with meditation that you have to do it for 6 hours or 2 hours or an hour, and you don't, okay? You can meditate for 5 minutes. You can meditate for 2 minutes, because it's all about learning to take in the breath, calm the mind, calm the body, calm the spirit, okay? You can just try it for a minute, close your eyes, take some deep breaths. As long as you take some deep breaths, you're starting to meditate. It's as simple as that. You're telling yourself that you're starting to meditate. As much as the internal chatter hits you, don't worry about it. Take some deep breaths, in through the nose, out through the mouth, yeah? Yeah? In through the nose, out through the mouth. It's as simple as that, yeah? I'm sorry, I don't know if there's something that we're losing, but again, when you're doing that, just by closing your eyes. So again, let's do it now, okay? So again, we're just going to close our eyes. Yeah, just while you're there, just listen to my voice and just take a nice deep breath in through your nose. And then just exhale through the mouth. Prolonging the breath. And again, nice and easy. Breathing in and slowly releasing. And that's all you have to do is just practice. And when you start to practice that, it's just obviously just, you know, even just that little bit, you were meditating, you close your eyes, you start to take deep breaths. What's so hard about that? Because what you're doing is you're taking all your senses, all your thoughts, putting them in a bin and just asking yourself just to calm yourself down. That's what meditation is. Yeah? But again, we can go to deeper meditations where we're going into spirit guides, meeting spirit guides and things like that. It's perfect. It's absolutely beautiful to do. I do it all the time. I meditate every day. I'm really happy about it. It's one thing I can do. I love to do, but it takes time. Yeah, because all this in here is going to attack you. But it's just a case of sit yourself down first of all if you're going to meditate, okay? Sit yourself down. Don't even go and try and meditate. Put some nice music on. Light your incense, light your candles, light absolutely whatever you want. And then just kind of get yourself, thank you, Kate, sorry if I've lost you. But again, you start to get into a point where you're getting your little part of your world for calming, okay? So when we've got this little part of our world for calming, it's as simple as get a drink, get a nice drink of green tea or a little bit of tea or something like that. Put some music on and sit there and drink, okay? Let all your internal chatter hit you like a fucking train, okay? Whatever, just let it all go through, yeah? But keep taking those deep breaths, okay? And the reason why we take those deep breaths, again, is to bring in the focus, okay? We're not asking you to connect to spirit. We're not asking you to bring messages or anything like that. This is a personal you time, again, of connecting the mind, the body, and the spirit, okay? So when you're doing that, again, once you've done that and you feel that you're a lot more calm and you've took those breaths, yeah, deep breaths, then obviously once you're happy with that and you finish your little brew, yeah, not a lot, just a little bit in your brew, put it down and then, you know, just close your eyes. And then every time you take a deep breath, if some internal chatter starts to hit, then all you're going to do is breathe that thought in and blow it away. Yeah, take that thought in, saying you know, you can say to it, not now. Do you know what I mean? You can say, you no longer serve me. Take a deep breath, blow it away. Breathe it in, blow it away. Yeah. And the more that you start to work with yourself, yeah, there's a guy called Michael Seeley on YouTube, loads of meditation vids. Absolutely. There's a guy on Netflix. I think introduced you to him during lockdown. It's on Netflix and it's Meditating with Andy. He's a Buddhist monk. And he teaches everyone about mindfulness and stuff. So again, the one thing is so many people didn't. We did loads of meditation during lockdown. I know that so many of you, you know, found it beneficial. Absolutely great. But again, you've just got to keep going. You can't just stop. You know, the one thing is when you're making positive changes on your life, on your spiritual awakening, you've just got to keep going. As simple as that. Sorry. Again, right, okay, so we've got some, I hope your lovely daughter Caitlin as well, she used to make me chuckle doing cards. She does, absolutely, and I you know, she said that she would like to do some cards sometime, so maybe she comes on now and again, but she's just started high school, but yeah, she's doing amazing. I saw an angel in the clouds yesterday and put it on, absolutely, Facebook, and it's beautiful, absolutely. There's a guy called Michael, like I say, we've also been onto that one. Lorraine saw that, amazing, absolutely, thank you. Again, that's what I'm saying, clouds, spiritual awakening, we did so much cloud work, didn't we? Do you know what I mean? We were all putting pictures on clouds, we saw angels in the clouds, we got faces, we got animals, absolutely everything, because the one thing is, it's about helping you and keeping you, but I love that because it's not all from me, all you guys are doing it too, and that's what you do when you build a community, a beautiful community, not a cult. A community. That's what it's all about. So again, when we're doing that, it's just a case of, you are all putting your stuff on the page or the groups or whatever, and I'm absolutely loving all your contribution. It's absolutely amazing. But you got to keep going, because the one thing is that one post that someone else might see and think, what's that about? You start to make them aware about things that's going on. You start to help them, because these people, again, maybe find that they're lost and they're in unhappiness and that emptiness. They may have lost a loved one and are looking, because that's another thing that a lot of people do. You start to chase their loved ones in spirit, so they want to connect with them. So again, it's all part of the spiritual awakening. That Steve Wickens, that I hold my breath in some situations. Again, in what kind of situations are you talking about, Steve? Do you mean actually you don't communicate, or you don't say what you mean? Or is it just kind of like when you're in a situation, you just, I don't, if you can just elaborate, I'd really appreciate that. And thanks, Steve, obviously for what you said. It does mean a lot. I saw a reverse rainbow the other day, and what does that mean? Anyone want to answer that one? So again, saw a dog and an Arab on a camel today, laughing out, but couldn't get it quick enough. Okay, so again, in the clouds, I'll get you now, Lorraine. I completely understand that. You saw, obviously a visualization. Can't believe the time. This is absolutely flying, isn't it? Again, not a problem, Julie. Absolutely. So again, Steve, if you want to elaborate. But also, the one thing is also when you start to evolve things, and you start to feel comfortable in the skin that you're in, you start to feel comfortable with who you are, and you start to wear these weird and wacky clothes and wear these beautiful bangles, and obviously have all the dream catchers and everything around, and salt lamps and absolutely everything. It's where you feel that it's where you're at. And to be absolutely honest, I've got to a point where if people want to judge me, so be it. Then obviously the one thing is, I am a mirror, I am a reflection of their own, what they feel. In social situations, I unconsciously hold my breath. I only just realised that I'm doing that. Okay, so again, in social situations, without asking too deeply, in social, I find out, do you mean obviously when you're in this social situation, as in when you go, is it something when someone said something and you want to bite your tongue? Or does it just mean because you just don't like being there? If you could just elaborate a little bit more for me, Steve, I'd really appreciate it. I'm sorry, obviously, we're getting that. In such a situation, I can't hold my breath. Absolutely, yeah, I've done that, lovely. Thank you so much. Absolutely, Rain, that's beautiful, absolutely beautiful. But yeah, like I say, I stopped caring what people think about me, and that's where I gain personal freedom, yeah. It doesn't matter what people think about me. If they feel that I'm a threat, if they feel that I'm a weirdo, I'm just for me, I feel I'm just a mirror to them. And because of that, they're seeing their own selves, they're seeing their own dark night, if that makes sense. So it's just one of those things, like I say, I don't give a fucking shit. Do you know what I mean? But for me, I'm an Aquarian. I'll always stand in my own power. And the one thing is with that is I'll always be a true seeker. Yeah, I always, that's what I do. It's as simple as that. And I love doing that. But the majority, obviously, the messages and everything come through, obviously, to my clients, seem to hit the right point. So I'm happy with that. Any other questions? Obviously, I'm just waiting for Steve, just in case. Listen, mate, I hope you do comment back. There's no judgment on this feed whatsoever. I'm sending you positive energy, and again, just trying to help where we can. And obviously everyone else is sending that beautiful love and light to you as well. So again, that's another terminology, isn't it? Love and light, absolutely, because you're sending love and light. We don't want anyone to go through dark times. We don't want anyone to suffer. But again, like I said at the beginning, there is a beautiful book. I would read this. There's a part in here about the dark night of the soul and mystical psychosis. It's called The Spiritual Emergency. The one thing is that it does actually say to you, you've got to be ready to read that, because it is quite powerful, because we start to realise. But please, like I say, it's not me. I'm not trying to sell it. I'm just saying it's a book that really helped me many, many years ago. And I think it's something that would really help you as well. So Fantastic. I'm an Aquarian too, but I lost one at the moment with zilch confidence at the moment. So again, it's about bringing that back into play, isn't it? It really is about bringing that, Julie, about, you know, as an Aquarian, I know we cut people off. I know they call us the unemotional ones, but I don't believe that one. But again, I always stand in the power. But again, it's about re-empowering. It's about self-belief. I've had a bird fly in between me and a friend. Unbelievable, fantastic. Something that was just being made aware to me then. Okay, just bear with me. Sorry. Oh, it's gone. Oh, bring it back. Bring it back. Oh, there was something that came in, and then I think they took it away. I didn't think I caught it quite fine. Good at pushing people out. Again, we are, but the only thing is about trust, isn't it? Because the one thing is most Aquarians have trust issues, and the one thing is if you upset the Aquarian with a trust issue, we kind of like let them go. There was something, oh man, I really wanted to talk about it as well. Spirit, can you bring it back for me, please? Okay, I say to my loved ones that I love them with all my love and light, and they always ask what I mean. What's the best way to explain that you're sending unconditional love, yeah, and that you're wishing them well, yeah? The one thing is the word namaste means my soul honors your soul. So again, it's just about saying I send my love, and I'm always sending enlightenment and positivity. That's the best way, obviously, that we can use that. Good at pushing people. Yeah, absolutely. So again, Julie, that's just your defense mechanism. It's again, defense mechanism is something, obviously, like you say, where you will have to do your shadow work. It's as simple as that. Just bear with me. It was around this one too, and last one. Okay. Okay. Right. Okay. Yeah. Things. Yeah. I think. Yeah, we're talking about that book, weren't we? We're talking about the spiritual awakening. Oh, I can't remember. They obviously took it away from me. Maybe I've been on too long, and maybe they wanted me to fuck off. Has anybody got any questions that they want to ask? Anything that they feel that they're going through, something, and that we can help with, especially on this feed? Or if not, then maybe time to leave, and I can. What's the book again, Gary? Please. Okay. Jenny, it's called, I'll send you a picture of it, kid, but it's called this, okay, The Spiritual Awakening Process. Yeah, I always send my loved ones healing thoughts, and apparently they are hearing me, and that's beautiful. There's a chapter in it here, if I could just go through it. I know if I can just chat on bollocks me forever, me. You've gone through a tremendous spiritual awakening, and your life perspective has changed drastically. You're no longer the same person you were once a few years ago. But something has gone horribly wrong. While others on the spiritual path are reveling in their deep insights, you feel suffocated under the weight of an existential crisis. While others are building, reconnecting with their true life purpose, you can barely function in a job or even get out of bed to shower. While others feel a deep sense of peace and alignment, you feel like you're on the verge of going crazy or being sucked into the black hole of depression or emptiness or forever. So what on earth has happened? And again, that's what's known as the spiritual emergency. It's a fantastic book, and I feel that you really, really will benefit from it. Again, obviously, you know, we've done something on the indigo as well, and obviously we've done things on light workers and starseeds and empaths and everything. When I meditate in the shower or bath, why do I feel so connected to the earth and elements? Because water is the primary element. Yeah, because we're basically made of water. So the one thing is, obviously, this is, believe it or not, this is where you'll also find a lot of spiritual activity in their bathrooms and kitchens, because obviously of water. So again, you'll find a lot of manifestations where they use that energy, and then obviously if they can get into, obviously near your bedroom and stuff like that, that's where they find it, depending on the strength of your energy, the connection, and obviously your vibration. Okay, so again, if you're feeling obviously that there's someone there, or you're feeling really, really connected to the earth elements, and that is why. Yeah, so this is what I always say to people: take a cold shower. Yeah. Wow, great book. Need to read that. Absolutely. Can you send me the details for the book, please? Absolutely, I will do. I'll send. What I'll do is at the end of this, I'll take a picture and I'll post it at the end so you all know. Obviously, whoever's going to get a nice lot of royalties from this. But I think more clearly in the shower. Absolutely, because we receive clarity, don't we? We're working with the heightened the senses. When I get a shower, what I do is I clean my chakras, okay? Sounds fucking weird, but I'm just a weirdo anyway. But I cleanse my chakras, obviously always working them to keep the energy fields going. But also if you take a cold shower, raises the vibration. And when we're raising that beautiful vibration, woo, obviously better connection. It's as simple as that. Thank you, that helps a lot. Every time I do meditate in the shower bath, I always feel someone in there with me. Always. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's like the curtains moving or it gets banged or something like that, and you're like, all right, hello, anyone who's there? Do you know what I mean? But even the music, when it stops and stuff like that, I need a bath every week to recharge. But again, if you're doing that, Himalayan salt, or even like Heather put on the other night, when we was on the other night on that live, you put crystals in. Obviously the ones that can go in water, may I add, the ones that she described. And Heather, if you're on, if you could just describe the crystals that you can put in the bath. Yeah, long bath. Absolutely, but that's a great thing. But you're setting the scene for everything, do you know what I mean? But meditate, a lot of people meditate in the bath. That's a great thing because obviously you're submerged in the water and you're getting all that vibration, you're getting all the element of the water of what we're made of, is as simple as that. But again, obviously we have all these functions and all these organs and glands and everything that also keep us going. So it's fantastic, it really is. So much, obviously, that everyone can learn. It's all about evolving, but absolutely listening to that. I love to listen to you, Gary, you're helping people. Well, this is what we do, innit? We go live, we talk bollocks. I'm joking, I'm sorry. The one thing is, I'm real, okay? This is what I want to talk about. So many people have said to me, the reason why they love connecting with me is because I'm real, okay? I'm not trying to be someone that I'm not, okay? But I enjoy who I am. Today we did a Reiki course, okay? And one of the girls said to me, I love it, because listen, I've got a bit of a bad habit, right? I do smoke. I'm sorry, it's just one of those things, right? It's something that I'm trying to come off, right? But the one thing she said is you drink coffee, you smoke, you do things, yeah, a bit of spiritual balance I get, but I'm also taking on board all the things that I need to do and what I need to work off. So, but I will always be true to everyone. I'll be true to myself. I'll be true to you. I'm not going to try and dress and pretend, obviously, that, you know, I understand that so many people dress a certain way when they're spiritual, and I fucking love that. It's just not for me. I'm Gaz, no one else. Yeah, I am true, authentic me. And that's it, okay? Put rose quartz in the bath, brill for self-love. Anything else, Heather, thank you so much. Love your honesty and the fact you're real. Thank you. I don't know why, but I get a sense that there is a young male, female with you, Gary, being playful. Okay, so the one thing is, obviously, yes, we've just, it was my son's birthday. He was 10. Sadly, he was stillborn 10 years ago. His name is Zachary. And yeah, he's always around me. So again, he's here on the right hand side. This is where he's being a bit playful. So thank you so much for obviously working with your acknowledgement. But yeah, he's with me because obviously it's been his anniversary of his birthday not so long ago. So again, the one thing is we all go through so many different trials and tribulations, traumas. I swear he's spiritual badass. Get fucking brilliant. Absolutely. Damn right. Absolutely. Abso-fucking-lutely. Kathy, right? I'm sorry. Too much swearing in that one. Don't want to put people off. But it's who I am. It's simple as that. Does that work in the shower, putting rose quartz? I'm sure that if you put rose quartz in the bath, that obviously you could also take them in with the shower. And the one thing is you can still put them all around. So that's the best thing about it. So it's absolutely beautiful. Yeah. So again, listen to that badass book. Stop it. Seriously, you're embarrassing me. I get all blushy. I know. It's just one of those things. Do you know what I mean? There's a beautiful, one of my friends, Victoria, and she's highlighting the things like cot death or working with sands, obviously, because obviously we're working with people also who have had, sadly, their children stillborn, and again, it's not a good time, but she's highlighting that, and she's doing that on Boston Farm, which is not too far from us. I wish she was on tonight, obviously, yeah. So it's just a case of, things happen. Listen, both Danny and I, well, obviously she's given birth to 3 stillborn children. We've had 2 daughters and a son, Imogen, our Zach, and then our Lily. And the one thing is that everything on this earth plane, no matter traumatic as it is, there's something to always learn. Miss them like crazy, but also at the same time, there's things to learn because everything needs to move on, but we're always feeling their love. Okay, how do you cleanse crystals? Okay, absolutely, Dawn. Victoria is amazing, absolutely. Yeah, there wasn't a glitch there. I just stopped myself swearing. Victoria's amazing, and she's doing there, and obviously she's asking for input from us and so many people because she's bringing that awareness, that taboo subject. Yeah, so fantastic. Christina Nightingale says, how do you cleanse crystals? Well, the full moon's coming out soon. Obviously, the core moon on the 20th of Such a Small World. Yeah, there you go, you see, it's such a small world. You won't believe. Again, the full moon's coming out, core moon, 20th. Make sure, like I say, you're out doing it. I think that's Sunday or Monday, I can't remember. Crystals out in the moonlight, everything there. Again, yourself grounding, bathing in there. Make sure you have a salt bath and everything like that. But with your crystals, get them out and get them recharged, get them re-energized. If you haven't got that, you can put them through. I can't remember that word. Heather, what's that name now? I know it's selenite, but what's it also known as? I'll just get and show some if that's all right. Sorry, I put some in my unit. Sorry, because obviously. Ooh, okay, so we've got. I can't remember the name. I can't remember the name. Right. Okay. So this is selenite. Okay. This is a beautiful wand that Heather gave me. Again, it's called selenite, but it's called something else and I can't remember what it's called. But also we've got this as well. Looks a bit rude really, doesn't it? But hey, it's just one of those fucking things. It's all right. You only get shoes for charging crystals. So again, please give me the name. Give me the name. Anyone? There's a different name for it. It's called something else just in case you ever go into a crystal shop. Yeah? I can't remember. Anyway. But ask for selenite. Ask for selenite. And again, like you say, you're getting all your crystals out. Sorry, I'm not on camera while I'm doing that. But maybe someone will give me the word. I believe we're on this earth to live and learn lessons and life and experience things. Lorraine Ahmed, you're completely bang on. Christina, selenite, satin spa, moon and sage. Thank you. So we are. That's the whole thing. Is it clear quartz? No, it's not clear quartz. It was actually. But thank you, Simone, for commenting. But obviously, it's satin spa is what it's known. Absolutely. So again, I believe we're here on this earth to live and learn lessons. Absolutely. And the one thing is, we get born into these amazing families, don't we? And sometimes that we have, if you think about generational. Obviously, our great-grandfathers and great-mothers and mothers and fathers, sometimes we all have these learnings, and sometimes they only had a certain amount to work with, as to speak of life skills. So they taught us the best that we can, but we always want to better ourselves. But the one thing is, as we come through, where the purpose on the earth plane is to help them understand also to learn about themselves. Okay, that's what we do as indigo children, light workers, crystal children, rainbow children. This is what we're designed to do. Yeah, your purpose on the earth plane is to come and help. And when you're born, is to remember, wake up quickly. Yeah, or remember straight from birth. And obviously with those beautiful psychic gifts that you've got to help our parents, our generations to change, yeah, to move things because they get stuck in that generational void and everything becomes that conditioning and they won't change. And it's about helping them learn to change the behaviors, their attitude, absolutely everything, because this is what we do, yeah? Okay. That for all this information for your time. No, I'm happy. Thank you so much. I came from a long line of psychics and I'm still learning with it. Simone, have we spoke on the phone? Do you know what? I've just made that connection. Simone, I think have we spoke on the phone, haven't we? I think we have. Absolutely. And what a journey that is. My daughter is quite spiritual. Mum visits her in her dreams. Yes, thank you, Simone. Now I understand. Now I've got the connection. Thank you. Sorry, I meant to thank you. It's okay. It's perfectly fine. Again, the one thing is our children are always very innocent, aren't they? So the one thing is that when we're born innocent. It's only what we do to our children that obviously when we start to put that conditioning of how they're supposed to be or what's supposed to be. And I understand it because there's so much obviously that about the learning. But again, sometimes we have to get to a certain point where we relearn and reawake and understand it, because sometimes we go into a self-sabotageal role. The things on the earth plane we just don't like. We hate ourselves, like we said at the beginning. We're feeling lost. So it's about when we open and our perception opens, then everything starts to re-engage. We start to re-engage with everything. And so many people love re-engaging and reconnecting. That's what I absolutely love about it. Simone, yeah, we have about Eric, the spirit that is protective of me and my daughter. Fantastic. Amazing. Love speaking. I love talking to you the other day. Thank you for coming on. Sorry, I've only just made the connection, but again, I was watching your comments and I was kind of like, oh, she's quite intuitive here. And again, obviously it just hit me. So thank you so much, absolutely. And it's been great to make the connection with you also. I think my throat chakra is going to go. Right, it's 9:30. I need to go because I've got things to do. But thank you for joining me on this live. Thank you for all the beautiful stars that we've received from you all. It really means a lot. And again, yes, you have got very intuitive with your gift, Simone, and hopefully we'll catch up another day. But I'm going to go get back because obviously we've got things to do, busy times. And I will speak to you all next week, because next week I'm going to do some card readings. So I'm going to book on, put a live for card readings. So that'll possibly be out Monday or Tuesday. So I'm really looking forward to that. Don't forget to say goodnight to each other. Do you know, we're sending all this beautiful love and light to everyone. Thank you for staying real. Thank you for being you. Thank you for being amazing. Thank you for waking up. Thank you for helping others. It's as simple as that. Good night to you all. And from my heart chakra to yours, I send you all unconditional love. And again, sending that beautiful love and light, higher vibrations, positive vibes, sending it your way through, obviously through the screen, through the power of, I'm running out of fucking words. When you're running out of distant healing. But thank you so much. You've been amazing. And I'm going to go now. Okay. I just need a drink as well. Stay safe. Bye for now. Namaste to you all.